turn me on. Sprinkle kerosene, my head is spin. Bungee jump. I need a little pick up.
All right, that was Odumodu Black featuring Vector. He calls it gasoline. He's a man on fire. If you get in his way, he's going to burn you up. So get out of the way for a man on fire. Well, I have another man on fire here in the studio with me. Before we went on, before we rounded off on the morning show to make way for the news update at 10, I told you I had Jim Iyke in the building. Yes, he's right here. He's going to be talking to us. He has a lot to talk to us about this morning, especially what he has been up to. And I told you he has some ace up his sleeves, which he's going to let out, like letting the cat out of the bag this morning. So let's welcome the original bad boy of the music. Just the music. Okay, well, I think he failed in his musical career, though. But he did excellently well.
Shot fire. Actually, a good shot.
But he did excellently well in his movie career. The original bad boy, the heartbreaker, the ladies' man, lady killer of Nigerian movies. He's James Ikechukwu Esomoa, but we all love him as Jim Iyke. Jim Iyke, good morning. Great to have you this morning.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I have to ask you, did you really set out to be a bad guy in the movies? They say you're a great guy.
I am a great
off
guy.
the set,
yes,
but were you born to be bad in the movies?
Let's put it this way. Some people have to manufacture this personality, and some people are born with it. Look at me.
You were born with it.
Am I the kind of person you cross anywhere in the streets?
I would go to the other side of the road, actually.
Let's move forward then. No, but that's not what it is. You know how it is. We came into the industry at that time where there was stereotype,
typecasting,
and all that.
If imagine Jim Iyke as a pastor or
I have
whatever,
played a pastor. And
I wouldn't watch it. Thank you for telling me. I won't watch the movie.
Let me shock you. 90% of all the mantles and accolades and whatever that's in my house now or my office are from good guy roles.
Oh, really?
I didn't win anything as a bad guy. Does that tell the entire story?
Yeah, I think it does, because why would we give him an award? He was just being himself. Yeah, but for getting out of character.
I'm a great guy, bro.
Let's give him an award.
You know I'm a great guy. Leave this. I know where you're pursuing. Leave it alone. I'm a great guy.
All right. Okay. Before we talk about what you're doing now, let's talk about before you got big. You were an Abuja boy. You grew up around.
I went to FGC Abuja. I'm in Kwali, Abuja, and then Unijust, not too far from here. Yeah, and then my parents lived here before. Yeah.
So how did you get a foothold in in the movie industry? It's a Lagos thing, and then if we bring in the Asaba wood and other woods, how were you able to wing your way in?
Well, I was broke and restless. What other reason do you need? I was serving, and in the middle of it, we needed money for beer one day. My girlfriend was on my case. My two guys we put all our money together. It was looking like only 2 bottles of beer for that night. And they said they were casting for, this is how God or grace rather leads you or moves you to your destiny. And they said they were casting somewhere. I was like, man, those loafers, these actors, we don't get money. Wait till they go there, go do. And somebody mentioned they're paying for Waka Pass. I said, how much? They said 5K. I said, that's all I need to hear.
5K would have bought you some crates of beer back then.
Now, back in the day. That's if we are combining our money. So me, 3 guys and my babe, then we trooped over there for the Waka Pass role. Then were the days of Ramsey Noah, Kate Henshaw, TJ, JJ, and all these guys. And then there was Francis Duru, and they were all on set. They said, "Hey, bring that guy we get that fake American accent today." With that fine boy, big up. So they brought me. I had this big afro. So they put me on, and then I was such, Ramsey was such. I was such a fan of Ramsey back in the day. Now snooker is the thing you don't try me. You get on the snooker board, that's it, you're losing your money. I was that good. My dad taught me snooker really young.
Interesting.
But we were on a snooker table. So my character was supposed to play snooker. Ramsey was at the other end. My brother froze.
You were supposed to do Waka Pass, but suddenly now you got a snooker role.
Yes, it's a snooker role. The Waka Pass is a snooker role.
Okay, great. I see.
So port the thing, let the lead actor port the rest of. My brother froze. They say action, I freeze there. They look right. Action too. The director came out. Where did you people get this mumu from? This is the finest mumu I've ever seen him. They bro. They mess me up. They say, no, don't pay him. They say they paid him more. I said, come on. They kicked me. I brought my friend. My friend did extremely well. This story means a lot. My friend did extremely well. I was kicked out of the Waka Pass role for not performing well. But guess what? That was my moment of epiphany. That was when it dawned on me that this is what I want. It's not psychology, it's not banking and finance, which I was about to get my degree on. This is what I want. I'm telling you, the conviction was overwhelming. So nobody pushing nothing, and that's it.
And it must have told you that the looks and the talent are not just enough. You need to seize the moment. Absolutely. You almost lost it.
I lost it. I lost it.
Yeah, but you still found your way back.
I'll tell you that. No, it's not what anyone says. Right there and then, the director pronounced me the worst actor he's ever met.
Oh, wow.
But that didn't deter me. It was an awakening. I just said, this is what I want to do. I found what I want to do. I didn't care what he said. And I left there with 4K 500 in my pocket, because I tipped the guy that got us the job 500 bucks. And that's it. I walked away without even playing the role and said, this is what I'm going to do. That's it. The rest is history.
You came back stronger.
Yes.
The women will complain about sex for roles. The men don't so much complain, but some people did think probably the women somehow helped you up there.
I've encountered it. Men will not complain about our personal trials and tribulations. Women will, because women will endear or garner sympathy quickly. Which kind of man will go out there and say she's trying to sleep with me? They're going to look at you like the biggest milk ever.
Is that something really to complain about? They won't
offer you free. Oh sure, you're here completely to us. Are you for real? So I've had back in the day where female producers said, hey, well, let's
scratch my hand, scratch my back and scratch yours.
Except for some reason I was attracting the not very attractive ones. And I held my ground, like, if I must chop this frog, it must be for the right frog. It must be somebody I'm attracted to. So it would seem like a relationship. But yes, it's also apparently in the industry where female producers take a liking to an actor. They won't make it a direct a situation, but it will be obvious that your encounter with them will be a lot smoother and easier if you give in to some sort of sexual suggestion. So it happens.
You seem to have scaled back on the quantity of roles lately. We've seen you in quite some movies, blockbusters, I must admit, Merry Men and so on. Ramsey, you saw the first time and you were starstruck, you froze. You guys now became pals and were playing bromance roles eventually.
Like an older brother. Really.
Yeah, okay, great. So, what have you been up to? I mean, is it that you are now into politics, or you're now a contractor? Or you are running one factory somewhere and just drop into the movies once in a while? What's been keeping Jim Iyke off the screen a lot of the time?
The way my mind works, I believe that if it's not engaged socially, culturally, economically, I think the world will be in danger. Truthfully, that's my surmise of the entire situation that entails my personality. What am I not doing is, I think, the point. I'm a builder's son. My dad was a contractor. I was born on site. I started counting cements, and I can tell how many blocks built here, because I didn't have to go to school for it. I went to school for an entirely different discipline, but this was what was instilled in me from day one. So I knew it was going to revert back one way or the other as a pattern back to doing this. My dad told me, as it blessed me when we were living, I know when I decided this is what I want to do. He told me,
you still have your parents?
Absolutely. I lost my mom sadly a few years ago. But my dad told me that, one way or the other, you're going to come back to this. When a parent speaks like that, it's a word of spirituality that goes beyond your understanding. And in time, it became true, because went into real estate. I've acquired quite very interesting portfolios here and there.
Massive.
Yes, and we've been blessed in that endeavor. I went into business brokerage, which has been massively successful. If you want to meet anybody in the world for any reason, I'm probably the person you have to.
We would have to talk after this.
You have money, my brother.
Lip seal for now.
You get kudi. So, Then thirdly, logistics, as well as I think I've been privileged to sit in many rooms where I was far from being the smartest.
Oh, wow.
And then I encountered this man that quietly take over industries, quietly take over schools of thought, quietly succeed without making a big case of it outside. So I emulated their lifestyle, and it rubbed off on me tremendously. Went out there and retrained myself, because it's a different endeavor. Retrained myself, went to the right symposiums, sat at the foot of giants to listen to how they did it, and recreated it in so many other industries, and failed as many times as is possible. Perfected it, mastered it. I understood the laws of accumulation, the laws of delayed gratification, the laws of self-discipline and resilience, and it has worked extremely well for me. I think, by and large, why people don't hear much is that I operate a lot under the radar, and I'm not really interested in validation of virtual signaling.
The publicity and all that.
You move faster and better when you move under the radar. When everybody's focus is on you, that's a problem. Even the people that want to trust you with their finance will deem you a little too extravagant.
Yeah.
If
you're too much out there.
Yes, you expose them, my brother. So this is a parlor conversation that they sit down to and say, this one has it together. It's not going to go out there, even if they're $2 billion in his account, and blow everybody's cover. Let's work with them. And it's really that simple. Once people understand that, you understand that the noise is that. When last did you walk into a bank, a first-rate premium bank, and you heard noise? When last did you walk the streets of a real multi-billionaire, not millionaire, multi-billionaire, neighborhood, 1% on the 1%, and you heard noise? There are places, I've gotten a ticket in Manhattan, the ultra-rich place, for just my Uber blew horn, and he got a ticket for just touching his horn. That's so, my brother. It doesn't work like that. Silence is the language of God, my brother. You don't have to over-exhibit. That's you looking for validation from people in the court of public opinion. Move silently and under the radar, you move faster.
The bad boy doesn't only have good looks, he has some sense too. So let's talk movies now. You've been making movies. You had this movie Light in the Dark, and you started fighting with YouTube over it. It had garnered almost 1 million views, and then suddenly they yanked it. What happened? You did something you were not supposed to.
I was fighting with who?
YouTube. They pulled your movie Light in the Dark.
Oh, yeah,
you were pulling your you were pulling your beds out, no hair.
No, those guys.
What happened?
At some point, my manager sat me down and said, "We need to feed your grassroots.
Okay,
it's not about the big screen all the time. You can't be executive producer. I mean, I'm entirely grateful to that sector of my upbringing, so to speak. So we needed to cater to that demographic. Hence the reason, because I can't go to Asaba anymore and shoot this film, so anymore, and it just doesn't work anymore. You can't do scene and bad comment and go and shoot an Asaba film. Now, please, I'm not by any means throwing shades on anybody.
Don't worry, I've taken the shade for whom it may concern.
If it offends anybody, you know where to find me. Anyway, so moving forward, we decided that let's create something, the semblance of a grassroots endeavor by ourselves. So when YouTube came on the stage, it became easier to create it. Now I can do my own films, service and that grassroots. And so we did a couple, and we didn't adhere strictly to the laws of YouTube and all that. Okay. Because we're new to
on that platform.
And then they penalized us. But I took it in good faith and just told people it's a raining process, is a curb, and we're going to go back, bounce back better. And we did. We came back with a couple of more titles that did extremely well. So I'm totally grateful for that journey as well.
All right, let's talk about Sin.
Yes, sir.
You're only a bad boy. I wouldn't call you a sinner, but your movie is called Sin. Talk to us about Sin.
Sin is
part 1 and 2.
Yes.
at the same time.
Again, my stance on the perspective of artistry, the perspective of a craftsman, and I just refuse to do the mundane and the easily accessible. I refuse to walk the easy route, It's always been the narrow, tough conversations for me. When we came with Bad Comment, it was a satire on the social media ecosystem. To define people's addiction to these things and how it's totally derailed sensibility and how logic is not even a thing. It's become a very expensive asset in today's world. And it garnered a certain attention. But I've often told people that I don't create movies for people. I've never done anything in my creative process for people. I don't owe you that. I owe you a perspective to see the world as I see it through my prism, my creativity. Then when I define it and thrust it to you, disseminate to you, the way you see it now, you become judge and jury in your own opinion, which I couldn't care less. That is art. Because if I create a content where everybody loves it, you didn't create art. I create a movie where, it's so vilified, it holds no essence. That's not art. I provoke debate. I shift paradigms. I get people at the helm of affairs to force a conversation. That is art. Imagine Michelangelo creating the world wonder on canvas that he did. Do you really think someone in that singular state of mind was creating art from people's perspective? No, he created a world piece, a masterpiece that's beyond the ages on the canvas for later generations to appreciate or dislike. That is art. This is a form of art as well. So seeing is my prism, is my direction to understand that. Listen, this Nigeria used to be a hub where from here people took drugs to the west, and no, it's changed drastically from Guinea-Conakry to Gambia to Senegal. These are the triangular hubs where people grow poppy fields, grow these drugs and take it across Europe. We're not a hub anymore. We're a destination. Our people have refused to come to circumstances with this conversation. They sweep it under the rug. So you can't you can't call yourself a filmmaker if you're not driving these conversations. And I think that more than anything else is what defines sin. You will be entertained, but you will leave the theater also thinking about where you stand in the order of life.
You are the lead character here, obviously, but who else is playing roles in this movie?
Who isn't? From Shafi Bello to the phenomenal Chidi Mokeme to bro.
It's a big international production. Amazon and Amazon
original first of its kind.
Amazon has not been producing movies with Nigerians now, but this is a break from
this
that.
It's the biggest film now.
It's something massive for Amazon to go against what looked like their most recent policy to do this. From the poster and the names, I can see some big
2,700 actors worked on this set for me. 168 people were on my set. We shot in the course of 3 months, shot in Jamaica, Houston, Abuja, Accra, and Lagos.
I should do a workout pass in your next movie.
You would. You'll be well paid for it.
In Houston.
So it's unprecedented. So there's never been a project like this. And the advocacy, the reason I'm carrying out this campaign is that ordinarily I will sit back, they will put it on their superstructure, get me in a nice designer suit across certain parts of Europe, and I'll take my flowers and create another film. That's
but you want to bring this home.
Money. But I want to bring this home. I want to celebrate our people. I want them to see firsthand the capabilities. So at the end of the day, this conversation, this kind of projects can be rewound, happen again, empower our people. Do you know what it means for 3 months to put food on 2,700 plates?
That's massive.
That's empowerment.
And not just for that, like maybe some for life, that's
empowerment
for the rest of their lives.
So why can't we advocate to have this kind of conversations, kind of projects walk through our shows more and more? We can do it. Every time I sit down, they've exited. We got this campaign after they left. That showed how the grace, how it happened. At some point I gave up and said, you know what, I've done everything humanly possible. If I didn't live in the US, I can't imagine how many times I had to fly for meetings at a headquarters that would have cost me, close to $1 million more or less, because this conversation was heated up as to. Again, another thing they do is that they force 70% of their personnel on a project that's doing the $1 million mark. But that is not it. This is multi-million dollar project. And we insisted that 70% of those people must come from our place.
Nigeria.
So I drew them from different parts, from South Africa, Angola, from UK, from America.
It's even a Pan-African production and a global project.
By every sense of the word, is global. But my joy is that every time you flip through the pages of Sin, you will see nothing but our name on that sound.
So where and when can we catch Sin Part 1 and Part 2?
To start with, I decided on premieres, and then we did Port Harcourt, Abuja. We're doing Abuja tomorrow.
Where?
Yes, at the Jabi Mall.
Jabi Mall, okay. Jabi Lake Mall,
yes. Last week we were in Port Harcourt. Next week we're heading to Lagos. The week after that we're in Accra. But officially it comes on Prime, Amazon Prime. 24th of July is Part 1. 22nd of August is Part 2. And that's why we're having this campaign, to enjoin our people. Let's rally around our own. Let's support our own. This is an international film. Let it have its day. Let it shine in the center stage of things, so that this project can repeat itself more and more, and our people get to have the visibility they deserve.
What time is the premiere tomorrow?
About 7. That is Nigerian time.
Is there a ticket?
But it's Japanese people's time. I need people to be there on time. Yeah, there are tickets. You can leave electronic tickets with you. We're masked out. We had to take another hall, by the way. But I mean, I love this house. We'll be more than happy if you throw some cards to your
massive. Thank you so much.
And then we'll bring them in.
All right, great. So catch the premiere tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure there'll be a green carpet or blue
black
carpet. Jim Iyke will do a black carpet before the main event at the Jabi Lake Mall. And don't forget, Amazon Prime. The first part
is 24th July.
It's called First Kill. It's on the 20th of July, and then the second part is Blackout. Is on the 22nd of August. Jim Iyke,
yes, sir.
I wish I could hold you in the studio, but my directors are signaling me. Your people are signaling. You have to be somewhere else. But it's been lovely having you in the studio. We should do more of these conversations anytime you're in town. Thank you so much for coming.
God bless, my brother.
And that's where we leave it. It's Jim Iyke. Remember to catch the premiere tomorrow. Catch Sin Part 1 and 2 on Amazon Prime. My name is Maddox. I'm done for today. Do have a great weekend, and remember, keep it locked on the People's 105.5 FM Abuja. Jim Iyke is out with his fake accent. Do have a great weekend.